AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Volleyball. And hello, this is Royal Ross, live from JMO's. Had a little technical difficulties there, folks, but I think we are on the air right now, just waiting for a little bit of confirmation, and yes, we are on the air, so I apologize for the little delay and dead air, but I am Royal Ross with Trek Properties, and we are at JMO's today for the Coaches Show. So if you haven't been out to JMO's lately, stop out. They've got some delicious daily specials and some just awesome menu. You got a steak on there. They got some barbecued ribs. It's Jerry Kess's original recipe, so that's really tasty. Bowling, Thursday and Sunday night, 5 to 9, only $2 a game. So that's a great deal. So come on out, folks. If you haven't been to JMO's lately, since Ryan took it over, stop on out and say hi to him. And I believe he is also hiring. So if you're looking for a job, a second job, a third job, whatever you need, stop out, talk to Ryan, and fill out an application. He'd love to hear from you. Now, Gordy is in some faraway land today. He is calling some volleyball. So he is not joining me today. He's got matches at noon, Kenyon Wanamingo versus Fillmore Central, and at 2 p.m., Northfield versus Stewartville. So if you want to hear some great high school playoff volleyball matches, tune in and check out Gordy's call there. He does a great job on all the sports. So we wish him safe travels to and from, and we wish him to have a great day at the volleyball. But have no fear. I do have a couple of gentlemen in here today to help me out. I've got Mike Jarvis, and we're going to talk a little bit about Spike Fest and Toys for Tots. So we'll start there. Good morning, Mike. How you doing?
Good morning, Royal. Good morning, Faribault. I'm doing good this morning.
Good. So you are one of the leaders, along with Chris Willock, for Spike Fest, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. And the most important thing Spike Fest does, it's a volleyball tournament that raises funds for the Tommy Allen Scholarship Fund. And the Tommy Allen Scholarship Fund then distributes money to kids that need help paying for athletic fees like football or soccer or swimming or some other fee like that. If their family can't scrape up enough money and the kids would really like to play, we have a safety net for them through the Tommy Allen Scholarship Fund. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about Spike Fest here.
Well, Spike Fest we usually have done in January or March, and the last few years we've had to do it in March because of tie-ups with scheduling at the Armory. So this year we ended up moving it back to January, and we are actually going to do a second tournament in March. So we're hoping to have successful dates with both tournaments. We're looking at doing the Spike Fest in January on the 17th and 18th. And what
January.
January. And we are going to do a men's 4, and it's an option where you can have women come in and play too. And then we're going to finish the afternoon out with women's. And then on Sunday the 18th, we're going to do co-ed, and hope to see a lot of teams there again this year.
Now, Mike, have you and Willie ever run 4-on-4 volleyball before?
We did 4s last year for the first time,
okay.
And for the first time we ended up having 9 teams.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. I ended up participating in that, and for an older gentleman as myself, I was very tired and I was not able to play on Sunday. So, but it was a good time. It was a good workout.
It's a lot faster game when you only have 4 people on the court as opposed to 6, isn't it?
And the younger guys that I played with put me in back row, so I was running all over the place. So I just want to thank them again. They know who they are.
They know who they are. So January 17th and 18th, if you or someone you know is a volleyball player, have them contact either Mike or Chris Willock and get signed up for this. It's a great tournament. It's a lot of fun. And they raise money for the Tommy Allen Scholarship Fund. So, Mike, what's your number that they could sign up for?
It's 507-412-1040. Or what they can do is they can go to the Faribault.org and they can register online. They have a link there that they can take care of everything.
All right, sounds great. Sounds great. Now, we also got another event coming up here that benefits the youth of the Faribault area, and that is Toys for Tots.
This is going to be the second year that we've done this. We've done it out at the Eagles Club again. We're doing this on Sunday, December 7th. We're selling tickets to that for adults for $10 and kids for $5. And we're doing that from 8 a.m. until 1. And what they do with that is the children will be given, I believe it's 2 tickets that they can put into buckets, that they can, we're doing raffle off for prizes. We're doing anywhere from bikes to Nintendo Switches, and there'll be lots of other toys. I think we gave them about 25 additional toys. But they have the opportunity with Santa and Mrs. Claus, and they will have stocking stuffers for them, and I believe they're going to have a little gift for them too.
You had me at all-you-can-eat pancakes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. All-you-can-eat pancakes.
And eggs to your making.
Oh, no way. They're not going to cook eggs to order, are they?
Eggs to order.
That is a lot of work.
Yeah. Ed has been very, very good working with Matt Truman, who's in charge of the Toys for Tots. Matt is a great guy. If you can't make it out to the breakfast and want to help out, you can go to the Toys for Tots website and donate there, or I'm sure pretty soon Matt's going to be putting out his boxes for donations for the Toys for Tots.
Yeah, and make sure when you go to that Toys for Tots website that you're helping out the Faribault area.
Yeah, the Faribault.
Because Toys for Tots is a big, big organization, and they do some wonderful work. I know Matt's dad, Doug Truman, ran it for years and years, did a fantastic job, and now I think he's kind of turned that over to Matt. And he's doing a great job, too. So
he helped out with making toast last year, so he did a good job with that part of it.
We found something he can actually do. Huh?
Yeah. But I'll throwing out things for Toys for Tots. They're going to have a bowling tournament. I believe it's going to be the day before on December 6th out here at JMO's. And that drew a pretty big crowd last year. And then also something Matt did for the first time this year is he was out at the country club and did a golf tournament. So if you're a big golfer and want to get involved in that.
But that was not in December, folks.
No, that was in July.
Yeah, that was
would be interesting, though.
It would be interesting. Well, Roberts Lake used to have a fundraiser golf tournament out there, but that's a whole other story for a different radio show. Yeah. No, Matt and his father do a great job with Toys for Tots, and it is just a wonderful program to help provide presents for kids during what can be a pretty tough time for families. Those holidays, they're a lot of pressure on families, a lot of stress, so this can really help out. And
it was amazing the number of families that needed help last year.
Oh yeah. There's doesn't seem to be a shortage of families that need help. So folks, if you can contribute to Toys for Tots, that would be awesome.
And again, you got to thank the Faribault Eagles for opening up the hall for allowing us to do this.
Yep. Thanks to the Eagles. So, all right. Well, thanks, Mike. We'll probably hit this again before the event. And now I'm going to bring in Mr. Kevin Voracek, former mayor extraordinaire, and we're going to talk a little youth pool.
Absolutely. Youth pool's been around for quite some time in Faribault. It is a good way for the youth to figure out whether they're going to like the sport or not. And we've got plenty of openings for new youth. So whether you're in Faribault, Dundas, Northfield, I just recently learned that they don't have a youth program. So we'd love to have kids come down from that region. Anywhere between the ages of about 12 and 21 we work with.
Okay.
At 21, then they switch over to the adult leagues, but you can't be in the adult leagues until you turn 21. So.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I did not know that, but that does make sense.
Yep. As far as the DNR rules, which is our local pool group, is concerned, you have to be 21. So.
Okay. Well, so, and your son, Everett, he has played youth pool for several years, hasn't he?
I think this is his third or fourth year on the youth team. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. He's quite enjoyed it. He's looking for some more competitions. So if you're in that I would say 15 to 20 age range, he'd like to have you on his team because there's multiple tournaments throughout the year that he plays on that the group travels to, whether they're in Austin or Burnsville, Rochester. They get around quite a bit, but there's 3-man teams, and they're always looking for good 3-man teams. And in his age bracket, they're actually short on players. So the younger players either have to play up if he's going to play on a 3-person team, or he has to play with people that he doesn't know yet. So,
Okay.
So we're always looking for more players.
And, everybody views pool, just like bowling, golf, tennis, a lot of other sports. It's an individual sport. You play, individually. But there is a team aspect to it, correct?
Absolutely. You have to play your best so that your team can go forward with the competition rather than just individually.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always playing against the table, so it doesn't really matter who you're playing against and in what bracket. You're always playing against the table to win. But it does make it more fun when you have people that you know and that you enjoy playing with.
And if a youth doesn't have a lot of experience shooting pool, is there some adults or some coaches that help them out?
Yeah, we've got Rich Arntz, who is a VENA Hall of Famer. He helps out with the sport quite a bit in Faribault and the surrounding territories. He actually helps lead our Sunday crew. So we meet 12 o'clock at the American Legion on most Sundays. So if you want to come down and check it out. And we're also looking for coaches that want to come in. So if you're an experienced player and you love helping out youth, we'd love to have you down there showing the youth how to play pool, because sometimes we have youth that come in that have never held a stick before or shot. So they're just trying it out for the first time, and those ones require coaches in order to teach them how to give it the right stroke, or how to make an angle, or English, or all these other things that come along with the sport.
So if a youth doesn't have the equipment, which is basically a cue,
right?
They can still come down and we'll help get them set up, and they can start to learn the game.
Yep, there's always house cues that they can use, and there's typically a spare cue or two around. And a lot of times, if they show some great promise, Rich might even dig one out of his basement and gift it to them.
Wow!
What got your son involved in it?
My son is not a highly athletic person, I would say. So volleyball or track and field or swimming, they just weren't for him. So he was looking through our garage one day and saw my old pool cues and said, "Hey, Dad, I think we should dust these off and go play again." So
he is very cerebral, though, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know your son quite well, and he's very cerebral, which comes in handy with pool because of the strategy that's involved.
Absolutely. There's a lot of strategy. There's a lot of angles. So we're teaching mathematics all the time. Everett is really good at one-rail shots. Just a bounce and then back. He has some technique that he uses that's right about 98% of the time, unless the rails are goofy on the pool table. So his mathematics are at work hard every time.
And then it's somewhat similar to chess too, in that you got to you got to play at least one shot ahead, and it helps to play 2 or 3 shots ahead, correct?
Absolutely. Being able to walk up to the table and see all of your balls that are left on the table and how you're going to get around the table at all of them is highly important. And then knowing when you're not going to make the next one and when to call a safety, and try to tuck it so that your opponent doesn't have a good shot. There's all kinds of defense that goes into it.
There is, yes, folks, there is actually defense in pool, and it plays a big role in pool, to be honest with you.
So you said that someone can come down to the American Legion at noon on Sundays and check things out. Is there any other ways to get kids signed up for the program?
We typically meet on Wednesdays, on Sundays at noon. But I'm sure if you call Rich Arndt or run into him down at Southside Liquor, where he works on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, he'd be happy to give you more information. So,
all right.
Yeah.
And it is really a lot of fun. I mean, I shot pool all through high school, college, never, competitively or team. I used to sub in a league, but I paid for some rent in college playing pool. I'll just admit that,
Yeah.
I mean, be honest here.
Yep. So if you're in the Faribault region or Medford, Northfield, Dundas, come on up and give it a whirl. Our first one is this Sunday, so tomorrow at noon we'll be at the American Legion, usually for about an hour and a half, depending on how many kids are there and how quick we rotate through the 4 tables, and whether we're doing skills or whether we're just playing games. But we're always looking for kids, and we're looking for coaches.
Yeah, if you have a son, daughter, niece, nephew, grandchild, or just a neighbor, we really encourage you to get the youth involved in all activities. So if you know somebody that you think would benefit from playing pool and most importantly, have a good time and have some fun playing pool, get them out to the American Legion tomorrow at noon and let them shoot it.
It's a fairly inexpensive sport unless you're buying an expensive cue. But you can buy used cues, around just about anywhere. So it costs about $10 a week for running the tables.
Yeah. So this is a pretty efficient and inexpensive sport.
Yep.
Mike, you look like you had a question.
I was just going to say, how long of a season is it for the kids?
The season usually wraps up in about May.
Okay.
The last tournament that we do is over Mankato, and that one's actually through CNN. Is the year-end tournament that they run, and then there's nationals that'll happen in, I believe, the end of June. And I think this year they're back out west somewhere, but they were in Rochester last year for the big anniversary party because it started in Rochester with the big tournament for the youth.
Do you have any idea, is youth pool nationwide, or is it kind of centered around the Midwest? Or?
No, it's actually worldwide. Oh, so at the Nationals tournament last year, we actually had a team from New Zealand, I believe, was there playing. Yeah, and there were some teams that came down from Canada, and so there was kids from all over with different levels of playing abilities.
And it is co-ed, right? I mean, there can be boys and girls on the same team playing together or whatever.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah, boy, girl, alien, whatever you are, as long as you can,
shoot.
Yeah.
And do they? Now, we talked about it being primarily a single sport, but there's also doubles. Do they play doubles in youth pool?
Yep. So the first tournament that we'll shoot down at the old 8 Event Center in Racine, Minnesota, is actually a Scotch doubles, and that's an adult youth tournament. So each youth will get paired up with an adult, and then sometimes it's the parent, sometimes it's a coach, sometimes it's just another good youth adult player that pairs up with them.
Do they set up the teams ahead of time, or is it kind of like a blind draw?
No, you bring your own partners.
Okay. Yeah. So Everett could bring you if he wanted to. Or,
right. If he deems me good enough that week. Yeah. Otherwise, you could trade me out for somebody else.
Yeah. All right, Dad. Come on, Dad. Like you gotta practice some more, Dad. Come on. You can't be letting me down.
Shark Royal here.
Yes. You can't be letting me down, Dad. We gotta practice. So.
Yeah.
No, I've always enjoyed pool. It's a sport that anybody can play. Really, your whole life. Right. I mean, from the time you're tall enough to see over a table and tall enough to shoot, you can play until you're probably in your 80s or 90s or whatever, because it's very low impact. And like I said, I like it because you got to think. It's really a thinking person's sport.
Right. And I'm not going to say you're going to be excelling to this level, but there are a number of players from Rice County that have made a huge living off of this. I mean, there's millionaires that have come out of Rice County playing pool and go to large tournaments. There's one guy around here that won't even play you in pool for less than $2,000.
Wow.
And he was recently in a room about a month ago, and some sharks were talking about who was the best bar player, and then this gentleman from Dundas looked over at him and goes, "Well, aren't you the best bar player?" And he goes, "Well, yeah, but I don't want to get into this argument." And then apparently, like a month later, he played the other guy that thought that they were the best for $100,000. It was a race to 150 matches. Took 2 days.
Wow, $100,000.
Yep. So you can go anywhere. You can be a basement shooter, or you can be a professional. I mean, just like any other sport.
And folks, we're not advocating youth gambling here or anything like that. We're just saying that pool does grow into many options, but at the youth level, I'm quite certain gambling is frowned upon and even illegal. Yeah. So we aren't advocating that, but
it's just like any other sport. You've always got your greats that think that they're going to be the next Joe Mauer or whoever it is.
Minnesota Fats,
right?
Minnesota Fats in pool. He was a famous pool player back in the 70s and 80s, I believe.
Yes. Got a movie made about him. So,
and I believe we have a family named Tunjum around here that are pretty successful pool players. Yeah, Rick and Tim.
Yeah.
They're pretty successful.
Yeah, and every pool table that he sells and set up, he has to play a game or so on. And so
really?
when he comes in with Pool Tables Plus, he played a game with Everett when he set up our table, and has a good time.
Yeah, Tim does have a business where he sells pool tables, so that's what Kevin is referring to there.
Yeah,
but yeah, like I said, if you've got any youth in your family, get them involved in youth activities. I don't care if it's pool, bowling, golf.
Scouting America.
Scouting America would be a very good one.
Yeah.
But and also don't forget about the arts ones too, like choir, band, orchestra,
theater,
robotics, theater, DECA. I mean, there are so many opportunities for youth to get involved nowadays. We just need them to get off the couch and get out there and get involved and learn to associate with other youth and talk to them. Let's mingle a little bit.
Yeah. Part of the reason why we do Spike Fest is to get the kids off the couch.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, in all these sports or activities, there's different levels of how active you have to be, from very inactive to very active. But the other thing is, it teaches you social skills.
Oh, absolutely,
You look at the way that some of these kids text nowadays, and you can barely understand it because you're not in the lingo. But, when they're sitting there having a verbal conversation with somebody, they have to use real words. And it can be a challenge for some of these kids. So,
sure is.
Getting them out.
Well, thank you both, Mike and Kevin. Once again, I'm Royal Ross with Trek Properties, and we are live here at JMO's. Come on out for some good food and a lot of fun. Play darts, bowl, watch your football games today. I know in my case, YouTube TV does not have ESPN right now, so I'm going to be looking for some place to watch Notre Dame today. But Trek Properties, located in beautiful downtown Faribault, right across the street from the post office, full-service real estate firm. We have 4 divisions. We have commercial management, storage management, homeowner association management, and we got one more. Well, sales, of course. I'm in sales because I'm a licensed realtor, so I probably shouldn't forget that. And then, of course, property management, which is our biggest division, where we manage residential rentals for investors. So if you need anything in the real estate world in
October brings it all. Halloween parties, game day tailgates, crisp fall nights. At Total Wine & More, you'll find just what you need for them all. Whether you're hosting friends or enjoying the cool fall air, you'll find thousands of wines, spirits, and beers at the lowest prices. Mixing up something spooky? Total Wine & More is your cocktail central for all your Halloween concoctions. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find at Total Wine & More.
Pickup and delivery available in most areas. See TotalWine.com for details. Spirits not sold in Virginia and North Carolina. Drink responsibly. P21.
Here for the Lowe's early Black Friday deals? You're right on time for some of our biggest savings. We're talking up to 50% off select major appliances, plus up to an extra 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Holiday lights going up soon? Select ladders are up to 50% off right now. Get Black Friday prices without the Black Friday crowds. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 11/19. Selection varies by location. Select locations only. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
At the UPS Store, we know being a small business owner means holiday time is still go time. Still get those orders shipped time. And still re-up on stamps and supplies time. That's why this upcoming holiday, while others close up shop, we'll be open. And happy to help you keep being unstoppable. Come into your local store today. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.